Let me tell you about a man named David. David is 54 years old. He's a good man, works hard, loves his family. But about 6 months ago, David's wife did something that shocked him. It was a Tuesday evening. They were sitting on the couch after dinner. The TV was humming in the background, and she turned to him, looked him dead in the eye, and said, "David, please, you have to stop." David froze. He thought, "Stop what?" "Stop working so late. Stop leaving my socks on the floor." "No." She grabbed his hand and said, "You have to stop running circles around me. I can't keep up with you anymore. In the bedroom, in the yard, on our walks. Where is this energy coming from? You feel like you're 30 again." David smiled. Because 6 months prior, he was the exact opposite. He was dragging himself out of bed. He needed 3 cups of strong coffee just to feel human. And in the bedroom, well, let's just say the fire had turned into cold ashes. He felt invisible. He felt old. What changed? Did he start a brutal gym routine? No. Did he get on expensive hormone replacement therapy? No. David changed exactly one thing in his morning routine. It takes less than 30 seconds. It involves a simple teaspoon of a specific natural compound added to his morning cup. Just 1 teaspoon. Today, I am going to share David's secret with you. But more importantly, I'm going to share the science of why men over 50 are losing their edge, and how 3 specific, natural ingredients can hack your biology to lower your stress hormones, ignite your metabolism, and restore the kind of potency and drive you thought was gone forever. I am Susan, your wellness guide. And if you are ready to reclaim your vitality, sit back. Because we are about to fix your morning. The morning cortisol trap. Before we get to the solution, we have to understand the problem. Why do so many men wake up tired? Why does morning wood disappear as you age? Most men think the problem is just low testosterone, so they go looking for testosterone boosters. But that is like trying to fill a bucket that has a giant hole in the bottom. You can pour all the testosterone you want into your body, but if you don't plug the hole, it drains out. That hole is a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is your stress hormone. Biologically, it is the enemy of testosterone. When cortisol goes up, testosterone goes down. It's a seesaw. They cannot both be high at the same time. Now, here is the trap. In a healthy young man, cortisol is naturally high in the morning to wake you up, and then it drops rapidly. But for men over 50, due to work stress, financial worry, and poor sleep, that cortisol spike stays high all day long. And what do you do the moment you wake up? You go to the kitchen, and you pour yourself a giant mug of black, bitter coffee on an empty stomach. Listen to me closely. Caffeine is a stimulant. When you hit a stressed-out nervous system with high-dose caffeine on an empty stomach, you are literally shocking your adrenal glands. You are forcing them to pump out more cortisol. You think you are waking yourself up, but you are actually putting your body into fight-or-flight mode before you've even brushed your teeth. This kills your blood flow, it kills your mood, and it absolutely kills your libido for the rest of the day. We don't want to take away your coffee. We know you love it. We want to buffer it. We want to turn that morning cup from a stress bomb into a medicinal tonic. And we do that with 3 specific teaspoon habits. You don't need to do all of them, but any one of these can change your life. Let's start with the first one, which is specifically for the man who has lost his drive. Solution 1. The Peruvian fire maca root. The first ingredient is for the man who feels ... flat. You know the feeling. You see your wife, or a beautiful woman, and your brain says she's beautiful, but your body says, who cares? That disconnect is painful. To fix this, we look to the high Andes Mountains of Peru. For thousands of years, Incan warriors consumed a root vegetable before battle, not just for strength, but for vitality. This is maca root. But you have to be careful. You cannot just go to the grocery store and buy raw maca. Raw maca is very hard to digest. It can cause bloating and stomach upset, which is definitely not sexy. You need gelatinized maca. Gelatinized doesn't mean it's like jello. It means the starch has been removed through a cooking process, making it potent and easy to digest. So, why maca? Maca is what we call an adapt. It doesn't add hormones to your body. It helps your body adapt to its environment. But its superpower is its effect on the libido. Science is fascinating here. Studies have shown that maca increases sexual desire independent of testosterone levels. That means even if your T levels are average, maca can wake up the signaling in your brain that says, "I want this." It works on the hypothalamus and the pituitary gland, the master control centers of your brain. It's like dusting off the spark plugs in an old engine. Imagine waking up and feeling that itch again. That playful energy. That is what 1 teaspoon of gelatinized maca powder in your coffee or smoothie does. It has a nutty, almost caramel-like flavor. Some say it tastes like butterscotch, so it actually makes your coffee taste better. If your main struggle is lack of desire, this is your weapon. Solution 2. The Stress Shield Ashwagandha. Now, let's talk about the second option. This is for the man who is wired and tired. You are exhausted, but your mind won't shut off. You have belly fat that won't go away. This is a classic sign of chronically high cortisol. And remember, cortisol kills erections. It physically constricts your blood vessels. You cannot be ready for action if your body thinks it is being chased by a tiger. For this man, the answer is ashwagandha, specifically the root extract. Ashwagandha is known as the king of Ayurvedic herbs. In India, it has been used for over 3,000 years. The name literally implies the smell of a horse, which meant it gives you the vigor and strength of a stallion. Here is the modern science. Ashwagandha is a cortisol crusher. Clinical studies have shown it can lower cortisol levels by nearly 30%. Think about that. If you lowered the stress hormone by 30%, what happens to the manhood hormone? It has room to rise. Studies have shown that men who take ashwagandha experience a significant increase in testosterone and muscle mass, simply because they stop the cortisol from stealing their resources. I recommend looking for a standardized extract, like KSM-66, because it guarantees potency. When you add a teaspoon of this to your routine, maybe in the evening, or with your morning coffee, if you are highly stressed, you are putting a shield around your nervous system. You become the rock in the storm. Things that used to annoy you, traffic, emails, noise, they just bounce off. And when you are calm, your body allows blood to flow to the places where it matters most. Solution 3. The metabolic master Ceylon cinnamon. Finally, the third ingredient. This is for the man who is worried about his circulation and his waistline. You might be thinking, cinnamon. The stuff on donuts? Well, yes and no. Most cinnamon in the grocery store is cassia cinnamon. It's cheap and can be toxic to the liver in high doses. We are talking about Ceylon cinnamon, also known as true cinnamon. Why is this a game changer for men over 50? Because of insulin? As we age, we become insulin resistant. This destroys our blood vessels. High blood sugar acts like shards of glass in your arteries, scarring them. And the arteries in your manhood are tiny. They are the first ones to get clogged or damaged. This is why erectile dysfunction is often the first sign of heart trouble. Ceylon cinnamon is a powerhouse for blood sugar control. It mimics insulin, helping to drive sugar into your muscles instead of storing it as fat. When you stabilize your blood sugar, you stop the energy crashes in the afternoon. But more importantly, you protect the endothelial lining of your blood vessels. Healthy blood vessels mean strong, reliable erections. Plus, Ceylon cinnamon is a potent anti-inflammatory. It reduces the inflammation that makes your joints ache and your brain foggy. The protocol, how to do it. So, how do you put this into practice? You don't need to take all three at once. That's too much. Start with the one that speaks to your biggest problem. Low libido? Go with 1 teaspoon of gelatinized maca, high stress. Go with 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of ashwagandha. Start slow, it's powerful. Blood sugar circulation issues. Go with 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon. Here is the ritual. Tomorrow morning, brew your coffee. But before you drink it, add a splash of healthy fat like coconut oil or heavy cream and your chosen teaspoon of powder. Blend it. The fat helps your body absorb the nutrients, and it buffers the caffeine absorption. Drink it slowly. Don't rush. The compound effect. I want to be clear with you. This is not a magic pill. If you take this once, you might feel a little better. But if you do this for 30 days, that is where the magic happens. It takes time to rewrite your biology. It takes time to clear out the cortisol and rebuild the testosterone. David, the man I told you about at the start, he didn't notice a change on day 1. But by week 3, he realized he wasn't napping after lunch. By week 4, he was waking up with morning wood for the first time in a decade. By month 6, his wife was begging him to slow down. You have the power to turn back the clock. It doesn't require a prescription. It just requires 1 teaspoon and the discipline to do it every single day. Which one will you try? Maca, ashwagandha, or cinnamon? Let me know in the comments below. This is Susan, your guide to longevity. Take that first step tomorrow morning. I'll see you in the next video.